So why am I talking about getting a song out of your head on a YouTube channel that's devoted to rewilding and bushcraft? Well, probably more than anybody, those of us who love to be out in nature know that when we're walking through the woods and trying to listen to bird song, pay attention to tracks, keep our awareness keen because our friends might be jumping out from behind a tree to grab us at any moment, it doesn't really help when Lady Gaga is playing over and over and over in our heads. I've used this method to help a lot of people get those songs out of their heads. And when I did some research on the internet to see what other people were offering as far as a solution, almost all the solutions were exactly the same. Basically, it was about replacing the song that you're playing in your head with another song that supposedly is easier to get out of your head. Well, from a rewilding perspective, this is the same as a lot of our civilization's solutions to problems. Instead of finding an actual cure, we're just treating the symptom. In this case, we're talking about our overall awareness or mindfulness. And when we're not tuned in to our mindfulness, that's when things can start to cycle in our head on autopilot. And one of the biggest symptoms of that is having songs that play over and over in our heads. So, what I'm offering here is not just a treatment for the symptom, but a treatment for the whole disease, a cure. Here's what you do. Instead of replacing the song with another song, when you find yourself playing a song over and over in your head, tune in to the song. I know, it may sound counterintuitive, but what we're doing is bringing awareness to it. Specifically, what we do is instead of just singing the song in our head, flip a switch and listen to the song in your head. If it doesn't immediately go away, which it probably will, listen for a specific element of the song. Try to hear the electric guitar and every single little detail of it being played. Or hear the voice and every inflection as the voice moves through the different words. What you're doing is exposing the truth. There's not really that song playing in your head. There's just a very pale imitation of that song that's going over and over. When you tune in and try to actually listen to it and say, let me hear it. Let me see what's actually going on in there. It'll evaporate. The reason that this works brings up one of the basic tenets or principles of mindfulness, which is that usually we're playing on autopilot. And we live in a culture that loves nothing more than to distract us and get our mind doing that more and more often. When we tune in with awareness, those cycles can't repeat. They stop on their own. This goes for emotional cycles as well as something like a song playing over and over in your head. So when you look inside, you listen to it, you'll be listening for that actual song, and then the wool is pulled from your eyes and you see that there's not actually that song playing there that you thought was there. It's gone. The only people who this doesn't seem to work for are musical geniuses and composers sometimes, who are very, very good at hearing the actual details in the songs. Another important thing to remember is that if you play an instrument, say the acoustic guitar, and there's an acoustic guitar playing in that song, don't try to tune into the acoustic guitar. You may be familiar enough with that instrument that you'd be able to fill in the details. Instead, tune into a portion of the music that you are not able to play yourself. And what you'll find is that there's not actually anything playing in there. Just shift from singing it in your head to listening. And you'll see it disappear.